Hey guys, Carlos here with Bear Bull Traders, and here's my recap for today. Andrew was not able to trade live, so me and Brian were trading in the chat room this morning. Andrew was traveling to Los Angeles for a meetup there, and he got in late last night, was not able to make it open. So here's the watch list that we built in our pre-market show, and actually turned out to be a pretty good watch list. At first, I was a little questionable about it, but then I'm looking at some of the moves after the fact and noticed that some of these were actually great moves. I just missed some of the entries, or missed the or just the timing was a bit off. So let's start with PZZA. Papa John's was one of the trades we took this morning. Right over here, you can see it starts moving up here. It's a little bit choppy in this area, so I don't want to take it neither long or short at the moment. Then once it dips below this VWAP here and it comes on the way back up with all this buying pressure, this is when I called it out that it could possibly be a nice long here. So the minute it goes up, I get in for a long towards I want to break the high of the day here. It does consolidate a bit. It pops up but right back down. Then the minute it goes up a little bit here to 42.50, I take some profits out. The momentum completely has stopped a bit, so I took even more profits out. And I'm glad I did, because one of the rules I have, once it comes right back down to my break-even point, I have to jump out. Now, in this process, I did notice I left a little bit too much. I should have taken more out, because I noticed the spread was horrible. I noticed after the fact the spread was in some cases while I was in this trade almost 30 to 35 cents. So by me holding this much here and getting out at break even, I'm actually down probably 30 cents when I got out here. So I gave a lot of it back profit wise, but again, just the spread was horrible. It eventually did the move that we were looking for. We were looking for it to crack, the high of the day here, and it did just that, and it went even higher, went all the way up to 43.50. So it turned out to be a really nice move. And the spread did get a little better. It was like about 15 cents instead of 30. But in this area here, it was just horrible. I should have noticed the spread before I got in the trade. I noticed it after I was in the trade, and actually taking my last exit over here. So turned out to be a good trade if he was able to hold through these pullbacks. But one of the rules that I have, once it gets to my break-even point and I have taken out some profits, I don't want to let it go against me this much. So that was PZZA. The next one, we also have BMY. So BMY, what I did here, get it up here. Okay, so BMY, what I did on here is it looked good for reversal. It was a great opening range breakdown also before I took this trade. Right on here, it sells off this 5-minute market, pulls back to the moving averages. You can get right in here for a short. This is a perfect pullback, and then it drops for the break of this this level here. So that's your opening range breakdown right there, right? This is the range. And then on the way up, or does the pullback on the way down, you want to get in on the way down anywhere in here. You're not going to catch the top because you don't know where the top is going to be, right? But on the way down, you want to get in here for the crack of this range here that the 5-minute has created. So it was a perfect a setup here, and then it drops down and you take profits on the way down. What I liked about this trade on the other side is that it started selling off nicely here. It kind of found the level here, and then it does a bit of a double bottom, not quite. But it does hold this level, does not want to sell off from here. And if you look at the 1-minute chart, let me show you the 1-minute chart here. Again, it clearly holding this level, does not want to sell off from here. So we waited patiently. Once it was going to push back up towards the previous day close one more time, this is where I went in long. I got long in here, took some profits at VWAP, above VWAP, and then it came back down here. So I took the rest out here. I should have taken more out, but it turned out to be a good trade. I took most of it out on this pop over here because this was a big move already. I was aiming for that 50-40, but it just didn't get there. Eventually, I guess throughout the day, it did make it up there, but that 50-40 was I was aiming for. So that was BMY. The next I had was AMD. AMD was a bit choppy, and this is again another move here where I kind of missed the opening range breakdown. So you have this sell down, sell back up, and then it goes right below VWAP. This is where I should have gotten in for an opening range break right over here, or even over here on this 935 candle. This would have been a perfect entry for the break. I would have survived this pullback. Instead, I got in way too late, all the way down here. On the way up, I didn't like the price action. The risk to reward was definitely not there, because if you get in here, you have to hold this at least to this candle here, or at least VWAP. So I didn't want to hold it that far up. So I just jumped out. The minute we got out, it actually started selling off, and it gave you a move all the way down to 24.09 or so. But again, I just didn't want to be holding it through this pullback. Then later on in the morning, it does kind of sell up above VWAP again. So it looked like it was going to come back up towards the previous day close and over to the high of day. So I got in long after the candles closed above the VWAP. I don't want to get in below the VWAP because this could be again a pullback and then right back down. So once it closes above the VWAP and this candle happens here, it pushes right up. I get in for long here. It does pop up. It kind of gets to the previous day close here. Then it takes some out here. It takes some more out over here. But then here, this drop happens really fast. It drops right back down to my entry. So I jump out. So again, didn't make much here because I was expecting to get all the way up to this level here. So that's okay. Again, just another timing where the entry could have been better and closer to VWAP. Maybe we could have taken advantage of this move is what we were looking for. You know, the crack of the high of the day here. So just didn't happen. It is what it is. The next one we have was ACB. So ACB took small shares, didn't take much. I got in here for the break. I actually was looking at this trade for a while over here for a possible break. I just missed this one. I was actually having other conversations in the chat room, so I missed this entry here. But then over here, it kind of like it was going to break again. I took less shares because I know I already had broken 8, so it can bounce back down to 8. Set my stop loss below 8. It does test it. They come back up, and then here I took everything out as I had to leave for the day. So again, that was my day today. I think we had some good moves. I think some of the timing on my entries and just when the moves took place were a little bit off, except for BMY. BMY turned out good. And then Kron also was a great trade. I didn't take this trade, but Kron also became a good trend trade if he was able to hold it, get a good entry anywhere here around VWAP, and then it just followed this 9 EMA and 20 on the 5-minute chart. It went all the way up to 24.50. So very strong stock today. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the recap. Sorry that probably was a little bit longer than usual, but I wanted to go over all these stocks. As you know, we had a lot in our watch list today, and we were able to narrow it down to these possible stocks that actually traded pretty decent. So if you want to check out how we build our watch list, join us at the pre-market show at 8:30 Eastern time tomorrow. There will be a link below this video where you can join us live so you can see how we build this watch list and how we find levels and prepare for the market open. Thank you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern time.